Okay. Div log 2876. Current location static. 15th circle of the House of Void at Ray 1.5. We've arrived at Maynard Station, which is currently orbiting an undeveloped planet in the Jiran sector of Clanite space. We recently had a run of bad luck while in the Yaffa system. See log 2870 for details, but in keeping with regulations, I'll summarize here. When passing through the sector, we were reached by New Ironwood Empire, looking to reports of a biotitan in the Pahopus region. Upon locating the creature, he landed on to collect barnacles to sell to the Scarred World. Oops, HQ wouldn't like that. Divlog, delete back to last entry upon, correct 2. Upon locating the creature, we were forced to land on the surface of the Titan due to incoming phlogiston storms. While on the creature's skin, we found that it had a rather evasive skin infection, which spread to a member of the crew. Due to the event of the infection reaching supercritical, we had to purge the med bay into open space. We lost our communications, our surgeons, and our engineer, along with the lifeform now designated BT2I6 Type 2. All reports were turned over to Ironwood Knott's D&M division, including info on the parasite that infected crew member Yakiz. Again, see those reports and log 2870. Everything's a redundancy, and there's a redundancy for everything with you guys. We've come to Maynard to collect our new crew. We'll be bringing Nix and Grump on board with me to greet the new crew. Lenora, Luke, and Decora will be gated to a nearby moon on shore leave. I look forward to meeting the new spacers, though I'll miss Sultana's constant singing of dwarven hymns, Yakiz's constant mood of extreme irritation, and Jewel Lessie's off-color jokes. It's always interesting to see how a fresh crew takes to venturing the unknown, however. It's a dangerous job, and any day can be your last. You know that when you assign on the knots. They serve the galaxy well. I'm sure Void, Carl, and apologize if I butcher your character's name, Alaina, Anemone?
Anemone.
Anemone would do the same. There, report done. As promised, Agent Tolkasa. Finn of Knots, Starduster, in Divlog. So Captain Finn comes to collect the pilot, Sarge, as well as the new crew that had just stumbled onto the ship, Nix. Nix and Sarge, go ahead and describe yourselves, meeting in the pilot bay before Finn gives y'all the briefing on how we're going to handle the situation.
Sarge is he's a gruff old dwarf. He's got the classic red hair and long beard, but it's darkened over time, and his skin's leathery from wear. You know, it looks a few hundred years old, decked out in metal and leather outfit. Looks pretty utilitarian. Got on each side and some holsters, he's got these devices. They look like some type of power tool, some type of drill, something you'd work on a ship with. But if you ever seen him in a battle, you can tell that he screws much more than just sheet metal with those devices. He's also got a giant mallet on his back. Everything he carries is utilitarian. It could be used for killing or healing a ship, maybe. But he sticks with the captain. Doesn't like much anybody, but he respects the captain. Got a long history there. Just give me my paycheck, point me in the right direction, and I'll hit the gas. I'll shoot shit if you need me to also.
And actually, before I describe Nix, Jade, I would like to mention that recently while flying through space, the ship hit something between its last port and this one. That something happened to be a well-preserved, due to the coldness of the area, Nix. Captain drug her aboard. She recovered. Feel free to describe Nix.
Nix is an unusually small centaur. She's probably about 5 feet and a bit. And she looks young, like concerningly young. You're like, why aren't you still home? Like 16-year-old kid. And you're like, also, why are you here? But she's very evasive on that answer with answering all sorts of other questions that you never asked, with some concerning also answers. She's pretty disheveled looking and just looks like a mess. Also looks very much like a civilian. Like she has no armor, no weapons, no nothing. She's got like a cloth bag with some random assortment of items in there, none of them that would be useful for any reason why she was floating in space. She's just like a skittish mess. A tiny little centaur that will instantly ask to fight you and then run away.
How'd this little thing even... You figure out how she lived out there, Captain?
I mean, have you really looked at the scars? Just like really examined them for the star map that they are? Like they're truly a horrifying amount of abyssal like things in space. Have you like the things that I saw floating through space? The things that I have saw.
How do you float though without a ship? That's you can't breathe.
Have you
What were
tried
you doing?
vomiting? Just like you know when you take a sip of something and then you just like vomit it out your nose because you were laughing.
Yeah, well,
Except for you didn't laugh and it just happened and you're just
No.
like uncontrollable. Like sometimes things happen and oh hey look, there's something to eat. I'm super hungry. Have you fed me? Like I've only had 3 meals today.
I don't think she answered the question, Captain.
I think she answered it well. She's right. Space is crazy. It's the least
Wild,
strangest thing that's
even.
happened to
The
us over the
space is
week.
just
Straight up
we're just gonna
wild.
leave it at
I'm
that.
hungry. Someone should feed me. I'm a minor, you
You
know.
want to keep asking her questions?
I just want to know.
I can go
Let's
find-
go eat.
I can
Let's
go
go
talk
eat.
to whoever's in charge of this place and let them know that you took me on your ship and I'm a minor and no one asked for my parents for me to come with you.
You want to go back outside?
We can do
You
that.
Just let her
We can
if she
straight
wants
up
to.
have that conversation. Or you can
And we
go
could
feed
put her in the torpedo bag.
I mean, I think I see some poutine over there. Like I can smell it wafting, and it has been a while. A while.
The thing is,
I
however,
mean-
since she's gotten aboard, she's cooked.
I think
well.
I'm
I
needed.
mean, I
to
already
be
signed the
silent.
contract.
For that alone.
I
I
need to-
signed the contract, and keep in
Go.
mind that 5-star huge buffet that I made you guys yesterday, because I just ate so much food, and I made so much food, and even I couldn't eat it all.
So as she goes on rambling, Void is going to walk forward, and he looks over at both the dwarf and the little centaur, and he kind of stops for a minute and puts his hand up to his chin. Threat level negligible. Reporting to duty, Captain.
I am offended. I am a threat.
This is V01D.
She flexes no muscles.
1T7 or Void Unity. I have arrived to provide as much engineering as possible. And he's going to move over to the side.
Who even let you on
And-
board? We were supposed to meet you on the station.
Well, I appear to have gotten lost.
Rightly so. Skiz should be watching the door. I'll have to have a word with him later. Go ahead and describe what Void looks like.
I was supposed to open the door.
He essentially
Skitters away.
it's a construct that has undergone like many alterations. It has a lot of the original chassis from a very, very long time ago, Warforged design. Essentially, it's not like the traditional Warforged. He does look a lot more like a construct from like the Enlightenment. And he has a cloak with artificing symbols. And essentially, on his shoulders are these big cogs and wrench symbols. And he doesn't look very not very humanoid at all. Very, very more mechanical, robotic, big green eyes. And essentially, where his shield and his backpack are, it's all blue and gold tinted. There's lots of bags and scroll case.
Okay. So if he's older and not necessarily humanoid looking, what's his mode of transportation? Does he walk on 2 legs, or does he have like crawlies or something?
Oh, spider.
No, he's got 2 legs. They're just, really bulky. Like every time he moves, you can hear kind of like the creaking of the metal and very clanky, very noisy.
Okay.
It's almost like he's wearing plate armor, but not wearing plate armor.
All right. The captain turns to face you. Well, pleasure to meet you, Void. I wish you'd waited in the lounge, which is where we're heading next to meet our other two new crew members, Anemone and Carl. So that said, Sarge, Nyx, and Void, let's head port side to find our two new crew members. So Finn leaves the Star Duster, and along with the three of you, enters the floating port of Maynard. Immediately you're accosted by the smell of various alien wares being traded, food, plants, animals, as they're being shoved off other visiting ships and into stores that are along the outside. It's a ring-shaped, almost top-shaped system floating outside an undeveloped world. The outer ring, nothing but trade stalls, where the inside is a honeycomb of inn rooms and spaces to stay in. As the captain works his way with y'all through the main area, again, you're seeing trades get loaded and unloaded. He eventually gets y'all to a cantina, and he points the way over to a table at the far other side of the room. That's them. Anemone, feel free to describe yourself.
So you just see a thin but obviously tall and muscular woman. She's got very pale blue skin, bright eyes. There's some interesting patterns on her exposed forearms that kind of seem to almost glow in a brighter blue. But her hair is very long, like to her back, and it seems to like float just in the air. She's in leather armor, pretty light. She's got a crossbow and a mace strapped to her back in an X pattern, and she wears a choker with a half moon moonstone at her neck. On the floor next to her, as she's seated with a cup in her hand, there's a big backpack that looks almost empty. Just obviously, like, she could just kind of grab stuff from wherever she was, threw it in a bag, and left. She doesn't seem to carry a lot with her on that note. She does have a pair of goggles on the top of her forehead, and a horn strapped to her hip. And she just kind of sits there staring. She's not exactly talkative, per se.
Carl?
Carl's just doesn't really stand out much. He's just a human who took what he thought he'd need. Figured he'd apply for a job, got a job being the communications officer on the ship, so hasn't really done anything crazy. Just a guy. Applied for a radio operator job.
Right.
Just sitting there looking at everyone, wondering when he'd meet his new crew. His crewmates.
At that point, you do see Lynx and Finn enter the room, along with a centaur, a really old-looking warforged, probably looking closer to a construct than an actual warforged, and a very, you said, utilitarian-appearing dwarf. The four of them approach the table that Carl and Nyx are sitting at, or that Carl and Anemone are sitting at. Anemone? Carl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Langston pulls up a chair and sits down, motions to Void, Nyx, and Sarge. Might as well grab a bite to eat while we're here.
Can I
Okay.
see the menu? I just want everything. Everything.
Langston throws a menu over to Nyx. So first things first. I know Sarge well enough, and we served together a long time ago. What makes y'all want to go on the Starduster? What makes you want to explore the regions where there's no protection, where there's no protectorate, no EOH, no necroticacy?
I just saw that that there was a job opening, and I just applied, and you said show up. Seemed like it'd be fun.
Did you read into it?
Yeah, I skimmed it.
You could die. You're likely to die.
How are you at scanning scrambled frequencies? Possible Xeno radios.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I can do that.
Nix is gonna lean over to Sarge. I have 5 gold on him dying first.
I'm not even gonna take that bet.
Shit.
I look like a sucker.
Damn it.
I'm smarter than you look, little girl.
Have you ever stepped foot on a planet that hasn't been claimed or otherwise visited?
No, this seems like it'd be a fun adventure.
All right, you're my communications. All right, and
Any thoughts of what's going in your will? Just a quick question. Just a quick question.
About to ask you the same question, Nix. When we picked you up on the way to this station, you're either staying here or coming along with us.
I mean, in my will, I've got pages. Do you want to see them? Like, she whips out a page of things. To my dearly departed, in elderly find
No,
that
you can keep that.
truly
Void.
my worldly goods.
As she continues to talk, Void kind of takes out a research pad and he starts to write down, "This one talks excessively," and he says it out loud as he writes it.
Mention my good looks.
So what are you, a life form studier there, Void?
Oh, it has been in my understanding to process as much socialization as possible.
An anthropologist.
Not really, but I try my best to understand, since everything is questionable in...
I'll make it easy for you. Everybody wants a few things, right? They want food, they want water, shelter, other basics, right? But then, things, consumption, everywhere you go.
Stuff.
I want a
Living,
pony.
consume, right? There you go. You want to eat, are they delicious? Sounds yummy. Pony.
I mean, I haven't eaten one before, but I could try.
I have encountered the necessities of people and their
Do you eat?
desire of greed.
Yeah, just more, right? It's always more. I'll make it simple, right? People want things no matter where they are. It just depends on what things they think make them happy. The end. Your research is done. Come hang out with me. Let's go have some drinks. Can you drink? I mean, do you want some oil? I mean, how does this work?
Drink.
No, you can't. You're
He writes down,
way too young.
clearly
Just claimed to be
racist,
a minor.
does not understand that Warforged are just like everyone else.
You're
Oh,
gonna
do you
tell
like-
Narc?
Do you like educate people, or you just like write it? Like you could like, I've never met a Warforged.
That's actually a good question there, Void. You awakened?
Yes, at least that is what my mother has explained to me the situation is.
What about the
The Whispers?
Oh, yeah, that whisper thing, huh? So we fought with some Warforged, but they were just machines. You're not that.
I'm not affected by the Whispers, if that's what you're asking.
Well, that's important to know. Last thing I need is someone commandeering my ship and flying randomly out to the edge of the galaxy. There's no return.
But Captain, how do we know
I could
Whisper
be in
didn't tell him to
space
say that? Just saying.
Floating.
Engage joke mechanic. Well, the Whispers are quite loud, and I'm really quiet.
The captain.
Haha.
The captain leans forward and looks into what you would call your eyes, Void. Do you have the whispers?
I do not have the Whispers.
Trust him, Sarge.
Yet.
I mean, if you trust him, then I'll go. I mean,
I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Your call.
So when I signed on to this, because I had, my mother, she had Xanathia. She had told me that this is a professional group of people. I was told that this wasn't going to be some really personal. This doesn't seem very professional. This
Nyx is actively braiding her hair and trying to flag down a waiter to get.
Yeah, I mean, what's more professional than little girls?
I haven't had someone ask me if I had the whispers before. Little.
Yet.
It's an OSHA violation. We're not allowed to ask that in an interview.
Well, I didn't say it's not allowed. It's just a little odd. See, I've been through a couple corporations now, and when people do stuff like that, it makes me a little iffy.
When people want to know you're safe, that makes you uncomfortable. I guess we'll ask everybody if they're psycho murderers, if there's a chance they are.
Yes.
So, did you kill anyone lately?
Yeah. Remember at the bar last week, that dude fucking came up behind you with the knife, killed that guy real fast.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, put a bolt through the back of his head. And I'm pretty crazy too. And if somebody told you were normal, I lied to you.
Void is he's gonna insight this because he doesn't know if this guy's actually admitting to a murder or not. So that'll be a 17. Is he just joking?
No, he in self-defense killed somebody who was about to slit Captain's throat at a CD bar. Absolutely, shot him in the back of the head with his bolt thrower.
And while you're eyeballing,
Sarge shot first.
Sarge shot first. Only until the recap, until we make it non-canon.
Right.
Anemone.
That's fair.
Strangely quiet. What about you?
What do you want to know?
Same thing I asked them. Why go into space? Why put whatever comfortable life you're living now in complete danger by going out into what's unseen in the galaxy?
She kind of like leans forward and puts her elbows on the table. Who said the life I had before was safe and comfortable?
We don't know shit about you, right? So fill us in. What are you comfortable telling us, right? To make us comfortable with you.
Tell us what you're uncomfortable telling us too. I asked this guy.
Well, yeah.
Whispers.
Do you
I
have
would
the
say
whispers?
a whole
Are you a time
avocado.
bomb?
Does she have the whispers?
Do I look like I have the whispers?
Do you have the Genasi whispers?
God, wouldn't that be horrible?
The
Oh
air.
God, you would all die. You would all die.
Long story short, if you go down, I can bring you up.
A healer. Boss.
She did apply for surgery.
Yeah, we need something a little. Something happened. A little something happened to the last guy.
A thing burst out of his chest.
Yeah, well,
It's like-
we didn't need to get specific until we leave port, Captain. We don't want to scare.
They're
The
being
healers
honest
are
with
hard
us,
to
Sarge.
come by. But
As
hey,
a sock puppet.
honesty can be
Like
in
a
time
sock
too.
puppet with tendrils.
Look,
Yeah,
I just want,
it was like
I just
this.
want to get as far away from uncontrolled planets as possible. That's all I want.
Well, if you can heal, you'll be handy.
Sounds good.
Warforged, Mr. Protocol over here, clearly mechanically inclined. We can use that. Little girl, I don't know, talks a lot. What, Captain?
I'm
Why is she
already
here?
on the ship. I signed the
Her
contract.
Her food is fantastic. Considering the last
Oh, okay.
only ever made raw fish.
That is true. That
I mean, have you tried
She can make
sashimi?
some
It's
grub.
real good. It's
I
real
like the
good.
mutton. The mutton's simple, but
I mean,
Hearty.
a stew is hearty. Like, I mean, it's not like I could do better, you know.
yeah. So what do we got?
She's
What-
opened up a list and she's like, sashimi for 3 weeks. Sounds good.
Carl's gonna bring. What do you bring? What's Carl bringing here? I think Carl's a good guy. I just have a feeling. Carl, what's your angle, Carl? What do you see?
He just said he's a communications guy.
You're gonna what about the other 90% of the time when we're not talking to anybody?
Why does it matter?
I'll be
I'm not
listening
talking
to
to
see
you,
if
I'm
anybody
asking
wants
him.
to talk to us.
I like Anemone. I don't like the amount of
She
questions
seems cool.
he's asking.
Yeah, we don't like being asked questions before we're let on a ship and fucking join a crew. So communications and what else?
I mean, look at that
I
mustache.
mean, I could.
That's a
could
bonus. Captain, plus
listen
10
to
for the
you
mustache.
guys if you guys want
Makes
to
me feel
talk.
safe.
Does. It's comforting. How about in the fight? We might have to mix it up. You got.
Oh, I'm real good at hiding.
Show us the
You're
guns.
just gonna hide. Okay, well, I mean, as long as you're not in the way, I guess. Do you I don't know, speak a lot? I mean, you got a language guy, Captain?
Yeah, I can do that too.
Have you tried having a nap in the middle of a firefight? Like, it's a struggle, but I work through it.
Yeah, she's gotten pretty good at that. You got to aim high so you don't hit her. That's the key.
No, it's okay. I crouch. It's good.
Yeah, she stays pretty low.
It's good. I got a solid 8 hours last time. You were real bad in that fight.
There's an 8-hour fight.
I mean, he's a terrible shot.
Captain, it's on you.
Cultural indifferences.
As long as they can contribute, help us get that paycheck. I'm all good. I'm going to kind of walk off at that point and go back to the pilot seat.
Well, if you
I
still
mean,
wanna talk, any questions for?
Captain, I don't know about you, but I don't know how to use the communications thing, so I don't know why we're arguing about this.
Oh, no,
I mean, I tried pushing all of the buttons last time, but you got mad at me.
because you started sending distress calls.
From 14 locations, I was real impressed with the number.
Yeah, 5 of them showed, and they weren't all friendlies.
So from the cockpit, you hear, Nix, hey, Nix, can you come up here? Nix, I need you real quick. You hear Sarge's voice calling from the cockpit.
Captain,
Yes, Ford.
I was wondering where my station is so I can get to work.
Still at a
Engineer.
bar.
Keep in mind, it's a Caprico ship. Don't dismantle the engine. If something looks like it's awry, let me know. I have tabs on the last artificer capable of working on those things in the galaxy.
I
Unless
have no
you're
intention of
Caprico.
disabling or dismantling your engine. That would go against my tenets as an artificer.
Fantastic. And yes, the engineering room. It can be
And
locked
no,
down
I-
separate from the engine itself. So
I actually am a Duarm. I don't know if you've heard about them. We're kind of a newer artificing group.
Up and comers, the Genasi led.
Right, which eventually we hope to beat the other ones out. And he gives this really obnoxious grin because he doesn't know how to smile properly. It's really awkward. It looks like a serial killer smile.
He made himself a mouth specifically for smiling, but it's all filled of screws and teeth and sharp points, and it's horrifying.
Yeah.
Alright.
Quartz. Good smile.
I think he'll attempt to make his way there to the engine room.
Alright. Carl, an enemy? Any questions for me?
You guys get in fights a lot?
Try to avoid it. Ship's not a combat vessel. I'm done with war. Sarge is done with war. We land, we try to explore, gather information. We're going to meet other life forms. It happens out there. Sometimes there are differences, disagreements. But for the most part, we manage to avoid it. You said you're good at sneaking and hiding? We've got a leg up on the situation.
Okay.
What's the med bay look like, and what kind of elementals you have running your ship?
2 fire elementals running the thrusters.
Beautiful.
The med bay is in a bit of disarray. As mentioned earlier, we had a problem with a parasite. I had to vent it into space. We had lost 2 crew members, good number of supplies. Still useful.
All right, so we need to restock while we're here? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. In fact, as soon as we all get on the ship, I'll log you into the ship's dev system, and we'll be able to use ship funds to restock before we leave. Knots pays well, but most of it gets sucked into resources, prep, repair.
Sounds good.
He handed each one of you a smart stone before you left, and on it's basically a way to access your room on the ship. So he passes one to you as well, Nimini. At that point, I guess he realizes he's alone. He orders drinks. The ship is y'all's. Feel free to do what y'all want until the pilot returns to continue on the mission.
Did Nix respond when I called her from the cockpit?
She didn't respond, but I'm going to say 5 minutes later, she shows up right behind you. You didn't hear her coming.
Let's see if I did.
Stealth versus
What's the
perception.
roll for? Probably not, huh? Perception, bam. Nope. So I'm as you walk up, you just see me. I'm testing the different components in the cockpit, making sure, going through my normal routine of maintenance and checks on everything. I don't even notice you.
She's going to like lean over and whisper in your ear.
Weird. Oh, yeah, yeah. Again, every time. What is it, like 57-0?
I mean, you jumped so high this time. It was great.
Hey, do you want to learn more about piloting? Or are you going to do the co-pilot thing like we talked about? In case something happens to me, and it's you and the captain. Can we trust these? What do you think of these new guys? That's the thing. I want to know from you.
I mean, the lady seemed really dependable.
Yeah, she seemed like a badass. I mean, we need a healer.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't fight things. And she seemed like she would fight things in the face
Well, you know,
if they squinted at her wrong.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
you don't need to-
I'm
you're-
all for watching that happen, as you
Right.
well know, that
Yeah,
I
of
am
course.
down to absolutely watch chaos happen.
No one watches a fight like you.
I
Absolutely.
know, right? Just watch, not help.
So she's good. I'm down.
I mean,
right.
the Warforged seems fine. Like
He's
Warforged
gonna
is
be great.
Warforged. He's
Yeah, I
gonna be
just like
great.
giving him a hard time. Anybody who's that tightly wound, you gotta.
Oh, so that's what you were
No,
doing. I
Oh,
thought you were
God,
just doing the
course.
natural charm thing that we talked about.
Well,
The one where you
I
try
mean,
and
some of
smile at
both.
people and they run away.
it's
That one guy
fun.
cried.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
He actually cried.
That was fun.
It was a good time.
No, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be valuable, and you need somebody like that. You need a
I
guy.
mean, I
by the books
definitely
guy.
can't fix the ship.
Well, you need anybody, and you need all types. So we can't have all this footloose, fancy shit. What about Mr.
Someone
Vanilla?
has to.
What about Carl? This guy.
I mean, I instinctively trust him, and I'm sure he'll be great. I mean,
So where's the Deadpool though? What do you got, a week? I'll give him 7 days. Are you giving? What are we doing? What's the over under here?
No, I believe in him. I say a month.
Okay. All right. We'll
Yeah.
see.
5 gold on
No,
a
here.
month.
So let me just show you one more thing. So remember last week I was showing you how you make sure that the compressor's running, that we've got an even balance.
I gotta flip the thing that's upside down.
So I go on and I start to talk to her about some of the components, and it's a thing I've been working on her with.
I am listening because he wants me to listen. I have no real calling for it. I'm just like,
Yeah, but he like keeping you out of trouble, like giving you a job to do. That's his.
He's
thing.
doing his very best, and I'm still pranking him on the
Oh
side.
yeah. He's
I'm
used
like
to it.
hiding things in his things that will fall on him. And he's just like,
It's
God
almost
damn
one
it,
of these,
why'd I
though,
put that there?
He doesn't even look. He grabs it. He knows you're doing shit to him, and he's just used to it by now.
He's just, this is just the way it is. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I'm passively learning how to help pilot the ship.
Guess we'll go ahead and actually, like we did this yesterday, go ahead and roll initiative, except for Sarge and Nix, and we'll see what order we go in so far as what you'll find when you get aboard the ship.
How'd you get 0.4? How do you have decimal?
The dex. Dex. It's a dex bonus
dex,
thing.
Dex modifier.
Like if you tie, then your dex makes a difference.
Oh.
Now, can I ask y'all a question? What the hell? What's going on now? We have a new skill. We have a new ability. Sanity.
Sanity. I added it because it sounded fun. You roll it like any other stat, 4d6. Minus, drop the lowest.
What is this? Call of Cthulhu? What do we got going on around here?
May or may not come in handy.
Where's the sanity? I didn't see that.
It's one of your abilities.
On your sheet,
It's just
Yeah.
You could probably just handwrite it. It's just or add it in your notes. Just roll 4d6, drop the lowest, and it's like another stat. It'll be a save if we ever decide to use it.
It looks like Anemone's next.
Yeah, Anemone. As you board the ship and your smart stone leads you to your room, you realize the rooms are actually very, very small in the ship. There's just room for a bed that folds out from the wall. On the other wall, a smaller surface that folds down. It seems to have a built-in DivNet computer. Other than that, there's legitimately nothing. While moving through the ship, you did notice the med bay, which was mostly empty, but hanging over a center table is a construct of just various arms that can be given whatever implements you need to help you during surgery. Anytime you're performing any kind of heal check, medical check within the med bay, he automatically grants advantage so long as it's operable. Other than that, you can see where the far wall of the med bay was opened recently. There's several scratches along the floor where something clawed before it might have been dragged out into space. You have heard of this being a possible emergency thing on older ships. Whenever there was a contamination that couldn't be controlled or something happened in the med bay where opening the door just wasn't a good option, they just flood the med bay out into space. Not used more recently as more humane ways to deal with those things, but on an old ship like this, not out of place.
I guess I'll just kind of like sling my bag down in my room and then head back to Med Bay and start taking inventory. I want to try and make sure I've got what I need. Basic bandages, potential salves, things like that. And then I kind of want to make sure it will literally be set up like my old shop was. Basically separated into types, like so anything anything for poison goes in one shelf, anything for burns, acid, all of it's separated by what it heals. And it's very much a system that makes sense to my brain, or maybe not to anybody else, but that's all that matters. And then once that's done, I would go in to try and order anything that I need to flush out missing items.
Alright, go ahead and make an investigation.
$15?
You do find a small supply of health potions that are being kept in a cooler. These aren't very strong looking. They may have been there for a long time, so they're kind of watered down. I'd say just from looking at them, you would imagine they're only used for minor damages out of a character, 1d4, but there are 10 of these potions. However, the current count written on the inventory says there should be 12.
Hell. Alright.
Is there anything else an enemy wants to do before we jump over to Carl?
Yes, actually, in the med bay, are there any loose panels that looks like I could use for, hiding things, as it were? Something that I could potentially hollow out?
You do find a loose floorboard, or loose floor tile, rather. Some wood that you can kind of pick up. You can see where something's been hidden there before in the past, whether it was medical files or some kind of instrument that they didn't want being known about. It was used pretty recently, but is now empty. Also, you found that the vents, because there's two leading to every room in the ship, are loose, almost hanging off the screws holding it to the wall.
want. I will just take note of that before heading back to my room and just ignoring everyone else.
Carl, while walking past, you heard Sarge and Nix talking about your death pool, because that would have been in the communication area. Did you hang around and keep listening to that? Did you break up whatever conversation they were having and walk in to check your communications array, or did you head straight?
And we weren't trying to be quiet. Neither of us were. We don't care.
I mean, I gave him a solid month.
No, he just walks by to his room. He's got to drop all his stuff off first. Mostly like translation books and stuff. Knows quite a few languages, but he's trying to get to be more fluent in them rather than just understanding, but being able to, make like, how fluency is, be able to make
You want to get the
talk
jargon
and feel comfortable,
and the
yeah, all the small stuff,
the small stuff.
colloquialisms,
That's the word.
Colloquialisms.
Yeah, to be able to be more comfortable speaking it.
So when you get to your room, similar setup as I explained earlier, there's a wall with one fold-down bed, and the other wall has a fold-down net platform. Aside from that, you're getting the old communications officer's room. The far wall from the door is covered in all kinds of study paper, where he was trying to study the Valdi language, but it looks like he got incredibly angry at it. All you see is a bunch of drawings and frowning faces, and this shit doesn't make sense. This sucks. Fuck these guys, they're not working correctly. And a lot of the papers are just kind of torn.
Okay, I mean, I guess I can pick up where he left off. Maybe it does make sense. I don't know. I'll look into that. Just puts his stuff away, and then he walks up to look at his station. See how it... See if that's in pieces or not.
You're checking out
Walks back.
the communications.
Yeah.
So that's back in the actual cockpit, where you can see there's a chair for the communications officer. You see your array of instruments that read various signals coming to the ship. Radar readings. It looks like communications is also mapping to an extent. Maybe the ship has some kind of echolocation radar. The center portion is Sarge's area. How does Sarge keep his pilot bay, the terminal in front of him and his chair?
Yeah, so it's actually like the chair's old. Like you could easily get a new one, but it's old. It's worn, raggedy. He's got some ornaments, different things hanging, like his tags from when he was in the military. We've got some random like little dangling deal that I think Nick's probably gave him that he has hanging there, like a little animal of some sort. So yeah, he's got it to where like a trucker, like a cross country trucker, like he's got it set like very much to his comfort.
Then immediately on the other side of his chair, you see the strategist seat. It is incredibly clean, well taken care of. Looks like the seat's new. There's tons of well-filed notes and a small thing on the dash. All the buttons are clean, it's pristine. It looks like this is a new addition to the ship, but it doesn't look like it was installed recently. Just well taken care of.
I want to say it really sticks out, but there's like a sticker in one of the sections that was placed prominently with like a smiley face right in the middle, where it looks like it was placed there just to irritate the person.
Yeah, and I would definitely Sarge laughs his ass off when he does stuff like that.
Just like a casual sticker right there, like not even attempting to hide who did that.
But as you're looking at your actual tools, Carl, your basic abilities here from this station would be being able to send and receive signals, as well as use your own abilities to translate. There's no built-in translator, as there is on newer ships. So you're going to get the raw language as it comes through.
Hey, Carl,
Okay.
I got a message coming in. I need you to decipher. You ready?
Okay.
I just rip a fart that's just raunchy. What?
Oh, sounds like it's
What are you
coming
making
from
that?
from a older being. I don't know. It sounds like it's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Lived a
Tell me
troubled
about it.
life.
Woo! Oh yeah, there's also a smell component to this language, and I start waving. What do you think?
If
Welcome
Nixon's not
aboard.
there, she is already
Seems
left. Like she
you
used
might
this opportunity to
need
run
to see
away.
a doctor.
Oh yeah, well we got one now. I should. She's kind of cute, so I'd probably go see her. And I got. Tell me your story.
I think you should go give her that message. I think she can help you with that.
Maybe later. What's your background? I just want to get a good feeling for you, man. What are your experiences? Why communications? What? Help me out here.
I'm just really good at languages. I understand them. And it seemed like it'd be a good idea to, be able to reach out and speak with other people if I can understand them. So it's just kind of amateur radio operator here,
What was your last assignment? Where were you stationed before this?
I had a job in a shop. I just fixed radios. Built radios.
So you you realize this is gonna be a little bit different.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why it's an adventure.
You realize it's
Didn't
gonna be
whisper.
dangerous. Are you ready? Are you ready to defend yourself? I'm worried about you.
Well, it
Carl.
can't be too dangerous if you have a 16-year-old on the ship.
Yeah, she pretty much stays out of the way when it gets dangerous.
Plus, there's that new medical officer. She looks like she could handle herself.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about her or the Warforged. I'm concerned.
But she's a good doctor, so she should be able to fix up if I get too hurt.
All right, I'm genuinely concerned, Carl. So stay behind somebody, please.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little bit of a hassle to find a new communications officer. You seem like a good guy. Are you sure this is what you want to do?
Well, I mean, the pay looked like it was pretty all right.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, but when you're dead, you can't really spend any.
Yeah,
gold.
but when I'm dead, I don't need money.
That's true. Yeah, okay. Well, glad to have you aboard. Let me know if you need anything. Captain, what am I supposed to say to this guy? I'm trying you told me to welcome them, but that's not my style.
The captain does not answer as hell.
Captain?
Void, as you get to your room, you see that the engineer before you just took his room and cut through the floor with some kind of device and made a makeshift ladder down to the engine below. Very, what's the term I'm looking for?
Haphazard.
Ramshackle, haphazard.
Oh.
Does it look wide enough?
It's not by code.
It's wide enough for you. It looks like the artificer before you or the engineer before you may have actually been a larger life form, because he's taken the bed and kind of broken it to where it's bent around to its side to allow for a wider person, and he's got a bunch of clothing stacked up on the other end where he may have laid his head. Just as you climb down into the engine room, you hear the sound of a metal flap shutting against the wall, as if something just exited the room.
I would like to investigate what that was. Is that a perception or an investigation?
Investigation.
14.
You see that this room, the room above you, as well as the room you just moved into, have crawl spaces. It looks like every minor room has 2 crawl spaces or vents that lead into and out of the room. This is more than likely the way the environmental system keeps the ship filled, but it's also a way for the magical energies to pass through to all the various enchantments throughout the ship. The engineering bay, however, has dozens of these along each wall, where the mana flows from the actual engine through the ship. So your investigation leads you to believe that these coverings are actually loose. They've been left open, every one of them.
Does that seem efficient?
It does
From my
not.
artifice.
There's no real reason you'd want to do that, because one of the risks is if something gets in there and blocks these vents, not only do you risk losing environmental control over a room, you can risk the magic getting blocked. And if a system goes down in an important location, such as a med bay or the pilot's chair, you could see a complete failure.
Okay. And does the room look organized very well, or is it disheveled?
It's rather disheveled. The gentleman before you was not organized. All his tools are on the floor. He has a place where he can hang them. He has a toolbox, but it's open. One of the drawers is kind of fallen out, and his tools are streamed all over.
Okay.
You do see the Caprico system has not been touched. There's almost a pure 3 foot of clean space between it and all of his junk lying about.
Okay. So Void walks in and he just kind of like takes in a deep breath and just kind of sighs, and then he says, "Deactivate professionalism." And then he's going to reach into his bag and he takes out his artificing tools, and he immediately takes out. He looks for a. Is there any small objects that look like they could emit sound pretty easily, like at least vibrations?
Yeah, you've got some screws and wrenches from some ratchets laying around.
Okay. So what he does is he's gonna use magical tinkering and concoct one of these to be able to play essentially like elven techno, whatever that would sound like elvish techno music, really loud as well, by the way, because he doesn't care about the people on the ship yet.
Okay.
And he doesn't realize how loud it is, but it's loud enough
So
to.
This really
It's gonna reverberate through all these open. You know, you said there's these little crawl spaces. I would
Yeah.
not doubt that it goes out to all the rooms on the ship.
Can we
And,
say it
It's gotta
sounds
be like K-pop. It's gotta be like K-pop techno because
I was gonna say, like, it's
elves are
got the
Asian.
background music of like nature sounds that have been shoved through a synthesizer.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I was
But,
thinking something more like folk music, but with like electrical instruments.
Elves aren't like dwarves or folksy to me. I don't know.
It's like
Oh,
it's gonna be like it's like imagine someone took a harp and they just started to swing the harp, you know, lines like.
They played the harp like a guitar.
Elves are highbrow, man. It's like opera techno.
Yeah.
Can we just
Okay.
say that
Yeah,
when
I like
Anemone
that.
hears it, she just goes,
And so while he does that, he goes ahead and cracks both of his knuckles, takes out his bags. He has 4 sacks, drops each one, loud clunks. Immediately starts to take out different various engineering parts. And what he's gonna do is, while he starts to organize and clean this room, he's gonna start building his steel defender, using the various parts that have been left out in this room. And he's gonna start taking the vents that are unnecessarily open, you know, gonna put them back up and heat them in, close them in. Anything that's extra all goes to this steel defender, which is gonna look like this mismatch of various parts.
Right.
I want to say Nyx goes around the entire ship, finding every vent that was possibly closed to shut the music down, and opens them.
All right. So you're fully opening all the vents then.
Regretting that choice, but yes, she would do her best to make sure that music goes everywhere.
So you do that, and the first room you get to that's actually occupied by someone is Carl's room. And Carl, you haven't noticed the vents in your room yet, but Nyx, as you open the door, you see Carl in the room.
Stealth check.
Really came
Shit.
through the vents.
At a 9.
Imagine her crawling through the vents.
Going through the vents.
No,
Nice.
I'm not possible to do that. I'm too big.
No,
I didn't notice you.
I like trip and fall through the door.
Well, I mean, he's looking at the Valdi writing on the wall.
want to say it's like a comedy show where that one person is staring fixedly and there's just a shitty montage of someone doing like terrible back and forth stealth things.
So you're trying to sneak, but you're just stumbling on
Dramatic irony.
She was bad.
However, Carl is almost like zoom in on Carl's face, and all you hear is muffled noise in the background because he's just so deep in concentration. Meanwhile, you're just stumbling across the floor behind him.
She like falls in and like trips over every one of her 4 feet, and then takes like a solid few minutes to get up, slips on something of his, and falls back down. It was the most ungraceful she's ever been.
You remove those. The next room you get to would be the med bay.
No, I'm not messing with her room. No, she's too cool. She's too cool. Like that accent, her no nonsense. Of course is intimidated.
Of course.
Intimidated.
Nix is intimidated.
Nix is like, no, she's too cool. I can't let her see me being a shit. Let's go. Next room.
Following room would be Sarge's. Sarge, are you currently there? I'll say this is shortly after you went to ring the captain and didn't get a response.
I'm still up. I thought that Carl and I were in the cockpit during this time.
I thought some time had
Did he
maybe
go back to his room after that?
That's what I'd imagine, yeah. I figure some time has passed since then and now.
I guess I'd be back in my room.
Okay.
Nix also doesn't go in his room.
Alright.
She learned that lesson that one time. She doesn't go in there.
So
Who knows what he's doing in there?
y'all do hear this operatic just boom, boom, boom. This techno music occasionally broken by this really loud but almost siren-like tonal vocal enhancements. It's muffled, but you hear out in the hall that it's gotten much louder in recent time. Eventually, Nix, you manage to actually find where the noise is coming from, and it's coming out of the old engineer's room down below his crawl space.
Yeah. Nix is gonna leave him to it. He's working. He's making some weird noises. She's just not with that.
Alright.
She's gonna head to the kitchen and gonna start whipping up a meal.
About this time, then, would be when Sarge went to contact the captain to get a response. Some time has passed. You still have yet to receive a response from the captain.
So I who else is on the ship? Just us?
Just y'all right now. He gave, the rest of the crew doesn't know, but you would know. When y'all went to that Biotitan, it was off the record, but y'all scraped up some Biotitan barnacles. Hefty price on the black market. He sent the rest of the crew to a nearby moon to fence those items to help supplement the knots payment.
So I can communicate with the Starduster, correct? Can I use it to see if the captain's on the ship?
The Starduster's still docked. The captain never returned from the cafe where you met the new crew.
Okay, so we left him there. He didn't come back to the ship. Got you. And then
he told y'all to head back to the ship. He ordered himself a drink, and he's known to do that. He just whenever y'all go to a port, he's known to kind of stay down a little bit, drink some, maybe go to a couple of clubs on port side, and then be back at the ship that night before heading out.
Is he known to not respond if I call him?
He is not known to not respond.
All right, I call everybody together. I guess there's some kind of I just use our devices and I call everybody into the cockpit. Hey, everybody, we need to talk.
I'm in the middle of making what's the word for it? It's like a fancy quiche. I'll be there in 5.
It's Carl. Get everybody in the cockpit, please, Mr. Communications. Communicate to them that we need them here now.
Okay.
ASAP. And if you're not going to be here quick enough, Nixon, we're going to have to leave you because we got to go find the captain. Not responding.
My souffle.
Yeah, well, the captain is more important than your souffle. I can't believe I had to say that out loud.
It's a cheese souffle, though.
Well, those are
Those.
close, but I
put
think the
booze
captain
in it.
needs us, folks. So I think we need to go see if we can find him.
Okay.
Aaron, are you muted? So, Anemone, we may need some healing if something happened to the captain, so we'll need you along. Definitely
All right.
Void, if you'll join us.
So does Void think that what he's saying is like, does it seem like he's in danger kind of situation, or is this something that is not a priority?
First command from an officer you're not going to do.
What I'm trying to figure out is based off of what he's been
kicked out
told.
the ship first day. What? Sorry.
Based off what he's been told about Captain Finn from his mother, who would have known the guy pretty well, does he think that he's actually potentially in trouble?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Void doesn't know the specifics of it. He just knows that a meeting's been called because the captain's not responding. But you do know from what your mother's told you that Finn's wafty, but one thing he does care about is the Star Duster and his mission with Knox. So he does communicate despite being flaky in most other areas of his life.
Okay. Yeah, so Void will go ahead and deactivate the music, and angrily he puts down, like, I guess he's gotten most of the legs on, but the arms and everything are not done on his unit, so he just kind of puts it down, slams the desk, and then he just begrudgingly activates his professionalism, and he's going to go ahead and head back and meet up with them.
Would it make sense to send Nix? Nix, do you want to go ahead and check out the last place we saw him while I get these folks together? Or you want to wait with us? I know you're sneaky.
I can do it.
It's up to you. But we
I'm
gotta
fine with
hurry. He always responds worried. Remember that guy I took out last week at the tavern? He had buddies.
I mean, that was fair. You did kill that guy. Man.
Do you want to run ahead and check it out for us, and then we'll catch up with you?
Sure. I finished the souffle. It's in the oven. I mean, no, it's in the
Grab it.
fridge beside it. Feel free to eat one before they fall. They're only
Okay.
good for a short period of time.
Go, Nix, Captain.
I'm going. Gosh.
Please, thank you.
She keeps muttering over the thing, leaves the line on so you can hear her muttering, but she leaves. She's gonna
I
go
should
to
have
the
stayed
thing.
at the bar with him, but I had to come.
I'm gonna say she stealths with that 18.
He's like grumbling to himself as she goes off about like these new people, and he should have stayed with the captain.
Let me get investigation from you as well, Nix. While buzzing the captain, you realize that next step would usually be buzzing the crew on shore leave. See if they might have heard from him. Your main contact.
Yeah, I figured
there-
that's what
Oh, have you?
when I asked who else was on the ship, I figured I would have called anybody who that's what I was getting at.
When you did ring them, you did hear a quiet voice say, "It's all gone pear-shaped. Get down here. We need your help."
Yeah, sorry, I didn't clarify. When I was asking about the other crew, I just meant in general who else we could check with.
But it cut off directly after that.
Okay, shit's gone down. We got trouble.
I want to say Nyx has been skipping as she left. Just.
I'll wait for the others
How
in
does-
the.
She's already left, and she's just like. My investigation was shit. Nat 1.
Damn.
Oh man.
I got a +6, but that don't do nothing on a 1.
As you begin approaching the cafe where the captain met the rest of the crew and where he stayed behind, or the cantina rather.
I am still stealthed.
You notice there's a long line out front and a crowd gathering inside.
I'm too short.
It just looks
Too short.
It just looks like they're having a busy day, and it's not worth standing in line to see if the captain's in there. He doesn't like crowds. He's probably not in there.
He's not in there? I mean,
You don't see him. You just see a large crowd of people gathered for some reason.
there's too many people. Can I try and break into the back? I want to try and climb through a window. In the back. I want to go
Seems
through like
about
a
right.
bathroom
It's
window.
It's nice to see the spirit of the old team is still there.
Oh
seems
yeah,
about right.
giving those sweet Gilly vibes.
As she's doing that, she gets a call from me. Hey, you're not climbing in the back again, are you?
No, let me do the bathroom.
You hear the sound of a metal shutter.
Be
shut
careful.
behind her on the other side of the phone.
You hear the
Damn it.
sound of a toilet flushing.
She's doing it again. Oh, she's really doing it.
Wait, shh! I'm stealthing. Gosh,
Okay.
you remember that talk we had about stealth?
Be careful. I meant be careful. Be careful.
Reporting for duty, Sarge.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you. We got an issue with the captain. We're waiting on one more. Carl, thanks for putting out the call. Anemone, is she coming in at this point? Did Anemone join us?
I'm already here. I've been here.
You came in? Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Oh no, I just was here. You turned around and I was there.
Oh, shit. Okay. As I was saying, sorry, I don't know if you heard, issue with the captain, called into the crew.
I heard.
They were doing a deal. Shit went down. Now the captain's not answering. We sent Nix ahead to go figure out if she could find the captain. We got to go catch up with her as soon as possible because the captain should be responding, and we definitely know there's a problem. Y'all with me?
Okay.
That made me feel great. Void, any questions?
Well, actually, I have several questions, but I don't think that matters right now.
The immediate Anemone, you're good to go.
I'm here.
Okay, so there's a good chance we might need some healing. Something's wrong with the captain. So let's just go see. First, I'll catch up with Nick. So I called Nick. I'm like, what's the deal? We're together. We're gonna come meet you there.
Nix, once you snuck in and got out of the restroom, you see that the station guard, who don't match any faction, they're just wearing steel armor, a couple of magic missile wands at their waist. They're scanning the area, gauntlets shooting out little cone-shaped rays. And what you see is the seat where the captain was sitting is just snow at the base of a chair.
Sarge, did the captain have a dandruff issue that I didn't know about, like a medical grade one?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Nick.
I mean, the chair he was sitting at is just covered in snow for some reason, and there's a lot of guards here.
Can you listen in? Are they saying, can you hear anything? Do they know what happened?
I can definitely do that, but gosh, so much work.
Give me one more investigation.
So we're on our way as she's doing.
After this investigation, y'all arrive. All right. You do hear the guards, and they say he just disappeared. Yeah, nothing but snow. Strange. Ship's got a lock on teleportation, right? Was engaged last I checked. Keep checking the systems. Maybe it's a prank, an illusion. Wouldn't be the first. Clear these people out of here. The guards start dispersing at that point. Y'all arrive just as the guards are trying to push the crowd away. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Just a prank.
Hey, that was our captain. Hold on. We might be able to help. We know him. He's the captain of our ship. It's my buddy. What happened to him?
A bunch of eyewitnesses around here say he just vanished and turned to snow. Are you sure it's your captain? It's not uncommon for kids on the station. There's not a lot of them to do here when they get stuck here. They'll get a hold of some magic, and next thing you know, there's snow doubles popping all over the place. I was chasing a perp the other night, and he turned into a log down a back alleyway.
Our captain's gone, and that's where he was, so I can only assume it has something to do with him. We appreciate you looking into it. I tell him who I am and like our ship and where to contact us. Like if you find the captain, let us know. Contact me. Not sure what's going down. Can I make a connection between the snow and where the drop was happening? Was it like a snowy place, or like is there any? Can I figure some shit out here?
Make an insight check.
I want to say Nix pops up and just like, well, captain turned into snow. I guess he's just gone now. Guess you're the new captain now. He's just snow. Gone
No,
forever.
Not me.
That's a
so
weird guess.
Not
a 9.
Insight.
Oh shit. Well, okay. Insight is a +2 also.
Okay, so it'd be the same result.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just knew they were going to the moon of this planet. You don't know anything about the moon. You know the planet itself is undeveloped. So there's a strict no landing policy due to the Legional Warlord actually keeping up with that kind of rule. Who's to say what happens next month when the Warlord rolls in?
So would it be safe for us to take the ship to that moon?
That's your decision.
What do I know as far as what are the risks and?
You knew that the crew was going to be meeting with someone on the moon to drop off the barnacles from the biotype, which by the way is a living spaceship almost that goes through the Yafan areas. Only place they're known to exist is in Yaffa. The barnacles themselves outside of Yaffa are worth an incredible amount of money because they're almost unbreakable. Collecting something like that's against knots, but not against the captain. So they were going to the moon to trade it. Whether they were trading with, per what you know of the captain, they were probably trading with someone on the Scarred World, which is basically the criminal network. But that could have just been the contact.
Have I gathered? Do you need me to roll again? Have I gathered our new Warforged buddy? Is he going to have an issue if he finds out that there's illegal stuff going on?
That'd be a question for him.
So I guess I need to do a perception and then go from there, or what do you want me to do?
You're gonna perceive an alignment.
I'm trying to perceive based on.
Trying to perceive for narcs.
I'm going to do what literally everybody does, which is you meet somebody and you get to know them, and then you try to figure out if you can judge them or not. So I'm going to do exactly that.
I mean, you can make an insight, but honestly, I don't think he's given you enough. You haven't had enough interaction with him to really make a judgment over whether he's a narc or not, or how he feels about policy in regards to a lawless area of space.
I'm asking because of the way he acted when I first met him, which was very rigid and very, by the book seeming. So I have a feeling there might be an issue there.
I mean, you're fair to have that, but really the only way to know would be to actually ask Void or run it by Void.
Just walk up to him and be like, "Are you a narc?"
We've only known him for 12 hours.
Yeah.
While all
Yeah,
this is happening, can I have walked into the bar and sat down and just started like pulling out candles and just ritually casting detect magic around the snow?
Yeah, you could have done
that. Just ignoring all of this, just walking in, sitting down, because it takes 10 minutes to cast. So
Okay.
I'll just walk in, sit down. I'm just not even talking to anyone, just doing it.
So I let the crew know that the captain went to make a drop on a planet. I'm vague about it, and that we should go check there because clearly something went down when I called in. I'm just gonna not be specific about why it was done on the moon or anything. I don't know these people yet. I don't trust them.
I mean, I'm gonna wait for the cool lady to do a cool thing.
Oh yeah, we'll wait for her to definitely finish whatever she's doing.
So
I'm filling them in on the fact that we got a team on the moon we need to go check in on.
why? What exactly? I know it's not my place to ask what's going on exactly since I'm new, but moon operations. Why is the captain missing?
No idea why the captain's missing. That's what we got to figure out. I just do know our people on the moon are in trouble.
You said there was a problem earlier. So
Yeah, the people on the moon and the captain are two different situations, right?
Maybe,
As far as
we know.
As far as I know, the people on the moon are definitely in trouble. The captain apparently disappeared into a pile of snow. Maybe there's a connection. I don't know. But I'm thinking if we definitely know where they are and they need our help. So
I'll
if
say
we can
this.
find the captain here, we need to go there.
It sounds as though someone poked the wrong, for lack of a better term, poked the wrong Urgrok. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not here to judge what type of trade deals or businesses you guys are involved in. That's none of my concern. But if he's missing, and there's a chance that these people on the moon are in danger, we should probably go to the moon. At least find out what's going on. I will say this. I know I signed on with knots and everything, but priority is, my immediate safety, the safety of my crew. through. But if it comes to the point where it's a no-win scenario, I'm not gonna stay to the death. If that makes sense with you.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't about necessarily. I mean, dude, I wouldn't expect you to be loyal to us. It's about the money, man. I understand. You don't gotta explain it to me.
For me, it's more about just getting Duarm's name out. Money's, I mean, money's nice.
Yeah, that's your currency, right? Spiritual currency, whatever you call it. Currency's currency. Whatever makes you feel good, right?
Duarm is a up-and-coming artificing company.
Yeah, there you go. So your company, right? Fame or notoriety or whatever you call it.
Right.
Gain. So I'm with you. Yeah, I won't die for you either, just to make it clear. I reciprocate that feeling.
Understood.
I'll step out of the way.
I will do my best to make sure that you don't get hurt. But if it comes to the situation where it's a no-win scenario,
Thanks. Everybody, he's making it clear he won't die for anybody, just so make sure you don't die for him, just for future reference. Is that what you were trying to say, right? Are we done?
right?
Okay.
I wouldn't die for any of
quit-
you.
How about we quit wasting time? Nix,
At,
I would die for you, definitely. But I don't know about these.
Sweet.
at that, you are able to.
I want to say
determine-
Nix writes that down.
Nimini is able to determine that the class of spell recently used was Conjuration in the captain's area. You can feel that there was recently some kind of spell on the floor that is now dissipated. You almost catch it just as that energy leaves.
What'd you figure out, Anemone? Anything?
It looks like some sort of conjuration magic was used here recently.
Mm-hmm.
Dissipated just basically as I finished casting. So there's that.
Magical. Well, at least we know that.
Nix leans over. What's conjuration?
Well,
Like making things appear and stuff, right?
disappear. Yes.
See.
It's kind of
Got it.
hang on. All right.
Got it.
Do you really want me to explain it, or do you want to?
No. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
You're gonna. How about on the way to the moon? Because is there anything else here that we can figure out? Anybody else, or do we need to head? Because we got some people in trouble.
I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I knew that you knew.
It's a
Mhm.
transportation
Mhm.
magic.
Mhm.
It moves things. Long
Okay, so
story
he's
short.
probably on the moon with everybody else, maybe.
It basically means that someone took him.
Definitely not here.
So
We're
to the
moving
ship.
during this conversation. We're moving to the ship while they're talking.
As y'all get to the ship, do y'all want to handle anything before y'all fly off to the moon?
Would anyone like, I don't know if any of you spell casting, I could enhance something for you.
I'm good.
Like, what do you mean, man? Can you make these better? I pull out my bolt slingers.
Would you like to be able to infinitely fire?
Yes. You can do that?
I can do that.
You're the man. I was telling Nix you were gonna work out, by the way. I was messing with you earlier. Yeah. Hook me up.
It's true.
Yeah.
He
gotta
instantly
move.
formed a bond with you. He
We gotta
felt it
move.
deep. It
Here,
was
I
a bro
sling-
bond
So
thing.
what I'm asking, DM, is this trip to the moon gonna take like X amount of hours?
No, it would be pretty instant almost.
He's
Oh, really?
considering matching tattoos. Yours would be paint, but his would be flesh.
Yeah.
The ship is built for
Oh,
Right.
okay.
so it's-
Got you. Never mind that. We'll have to do it later because this takes like a long rest. That's what I was asking.
All good. Let's do this. So when we get a ship, I sling my holster over the back of the seat, right, with my two guns hanging off of it, and I kiss my little talisman, which is like a little hammer, and then I get ready to roll. Strap in.
I thought we discussed I do not like straps. No straps.
Well, you're
I
hold
will
on.
brace, and you know it.
Hold
And then
on.
I stand on the ceiling.
Brace yourselves. Gird your loins. We're out.
Don't tell me what to do.
5, 4, okay, fine. No, just kick it while she's not stable yet.
No, she's somehow magnetically
Don't tell me
attached
what to
herself
do.
to the ceiling.
Don't warn me. You're about to take.
So everyone else, you kind of feel the ship just take off and leaves the orbit of the planet Moon. The moon is an icy world. You immediately start getting a comm communication.
Oh,
Alright,
look, it's the thing that I do.
Crackling
Patch it in.
voice.
Yeah, Carl, what do we got?
Sound like a crackly voice.
What is it saying? Can you clear it up?
Carl, do you speak primordial?
I do.
I do.
All right.
Nice, Carl. What are they saying, Carl?
What is it saying?
Hey, Void, maybe you can help him clear the signal. I don't know. You're good at stuff like that, right?
Clip.
Yes, I can attempt.
So is it a mechanical issue? Maybe you can assist him with?
Make a investigation there, Void.
I'm investigating to identify the issue. Is that what I'm doing?
Correct.
Okay, 22.
Nice.
Indeed.
Issue's been investigated.
You find there is a bad communication featuring some arcane circuitry in the actual comm system. Looks like the recent jolt away from the planet. Russell had just loosened enough. So,
Do I feel like I can fix it?
yes, it's well within your abilities. No check needed. Once you
Okay.
determine what the issue is, time to right back up.
So what he does, he takes his wrench and just kind of bangs it.
Right back into place.
Good old professional smack.
Comm system immediately burst into activity. Leave. You have the captain and the rest of them. Barnacles, go.
Oh.
Does the ship have any stealth technology?
No.
Writes down, must create stealth grid.
Yeah. We'll just leave then and let you keep our people.
Good.
I say dryly in response.
Nix gives him like 2 solid thumbs up. He believes you.
Make a
Oh, I guess
decision.
we're gonna leave now.
Well, also, the question is, before... There we go, that's what I wanted. Yeah, I need a deception from Carl. Alright. Okay. Then the affirmative comes back over the radio and chatter shuts off.
We're gonna try to swing around where somehow approach where they can't see us and see if I can do some fancy. I'm gonna fly casual.
Comms, you would have the ability to scan the planet for one this small for signs of life or any kind of...
That'd be investigation.
It would be an investigation at advantage because you're using the ship's terminal.
While he does that, I'm gonna act like head away, but not directly away, kind of at an angle, staying as close as we are to the planet, but not getting closer.
Question, DM.
Yeah.
In reference to the sun of this system, with the way the light is beaming on the ship, is there a position the ship could be angled where it reflects off the light and it disappears for at least like a moment?
So you mean kind of like riding in from the sun with like the sun behind the ship so you can't
Yes.
really see it? Yeah, definitely.
Are they tracking us with visual, or are they tracking us with radar, though?
You don't know.
We don't know, but I do confer this to the pilot.
Yeah, that's one option. I like it. I like the way you're thinking.
I mean,
But
it
they might be
sounds
using
super
radar,
neat.
though. They might not have a visual on us, is the thing. If we could jam any kind of equipment they're using.
Like
No.
strawberry jam.
Or
Yeah, definitely.
I like raspberry.
Like Spaceball style.
is it possible? Is it possible?
Do you
we
like
could-
some tea? I have some.
We could create a lot of noise on it using our communications officer.
Before y'all
Right.
go any further with that, I like where y'all are going.
Mhm.
Should say his investigation on scanning the planet has shown 3 life forms only.
I'm gonna go ahead and do what Void suggested. I'm gonna position myself into the sun, swing around, and then come at them from the sun angle to try to mask at least our visible approach while they work on something to scramble their signals or jam their signals.
Jamming their signals. Again,
Well-
something communications can probably do, or or something engineering probably put together.
Work together on it, man.
What Void was suggesting is actually that we like create a lot of noise instead of trying to jam it, since we don't know where their signals are coming from exactly. Just to make like a lot of radio, what's the word?
Radio static sounds.
Like
noise, but
like negative, like
Interference, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that idea. In that case, we have performance communication officer.
And you want me to do something to help him with that, or just the assist action?
I will let you do an assist action. So,
Okay, yeah. So you got a 19 anyway, so I think that's probably
Yeah.
good.
So you send out this wide gap of just bogus radio signals. As far as anyone's planning to tell, the ship could be anywhere. Are you heading towards where you're getting those life signals, life signs?
So here's my question. What kind of technology do we have available to us on the ship? Do we have any beaming technology? Do we have any, whatever our weapon systems look like? Because we're going to come in here hot and act quickly.
You have short-range teleporters. If you know someone's location and have their smart stone, as long as you're within a system. So if you knew exactly where they were, you could teleport them onto the ship from the base.
So we're trying to, I want to see if we can get the captain into the ship.
Well, didn't we scan the planet and find them? And we
Yes.
do, if they are potentially the right people that we crew, we would know their smart stone number. So we can theoretically just beam them up.
That's what I want to try to do if we can, is zoom in there and then snatch them up.
Alright. So that said, y'all managed to get close enough by jamming their radar. You managed to locate 3 of the life forms. You have the option to beam them aboard. The only
How many?
The only life form that wouldn't be showing up on the radar that you realize would be Luke, who is the other Warforged. But now that you've actually gotten close enough to where you know where they're at, shouldn't be an issue.
Can we beam them up and then temporarily quarantine in case there's something going on with them?
The best way to do that would be to beam them into either one of the crewmen's rooms or into the med bay.
Anemone, are you able to set up a quarantine field in case something's going down with these folks and we can get them in here? I don't want to beam them just right onto the bridge.
We learned that from last time.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, we don't need to get into
Sock
that.
puppet.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Thank you. How long do you need?
I don't know. 5
Like,
minutes.
fast, like we need it like 30 seconds though.
Whatever, just do it and we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, then you'll be ready.
Help. I'm available, Anemone.
Oh, team.
Yeah, you can go help. Yeah, if you
I'll
can
be
help.
alright.
Take him.
So what's
Okay, she doesn't need help.
What's Anemone doing to prep for these the beaming into medbay?
I'm literally just gonna stand there with my crossbow out, looking really bored, and I'm gonna hold Bane.
Nyx is gonna sneak after her just because she wants to see what's up.
Okay. Oh, you're actually going into the medbay.
I'm
No.
gonna yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna stand by the door, like in front of it. I'm 6 feet tall. I am not short by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm
Behind
just
the
gonna
doorway.
stand there with my crossbow out and a hand up, like
Okay, but you're inside the medbay or out of the medbay?
I am inside.
Okay. So
I am
everyone
at the
else is
door
outside
outside,
the medbay.
but I'm like watching through the windows.
You put
I'm like
crewmen
just
in,
inside the door.
and immediately standing before you, an enemy, are what you recognize as the body of Langston Finn, but instead he has a large snowman head. Directly next to him, what appears to be a large dragonborn, as well as a snowman's head. Same
Son
thing,
of a bitch.
same thing going on with a Warforged and a. I think that's it. Yeah.
You got him? Is everything good? I called down.
They've got snowmen heads.
Sorry, I think you're breaking up. What was that again?
Their heads are made of snow.
They have
And I'm
smiles that are made out of coal.
I
And
keep
I'm just
hearing.
Carrot.
I'm just
I
gonna
keep
cast.
hearing snow. Are you saying snow?
Yes.
Carl,
Literally
something's wrong with the comms. She's
snow.
saying they got snow heads. I can't be right.
No, she's saying they got snowheads.
I'm just gonna start cursing in Primordial.
As you scan,
Now she's cursing.
as you scan,
Yeah,
you definitely get
sounds
reports
about
of
right.
evil from the figures before you, and that there we're gonna take a 10-minute break, everybody.
Evil snowman heads.
We get to fight snowmen.
What?